What is the best class in World War Z? This has to be the most frequently asked question about World War Z. Everyone wants to play the strongest possible class to help them farm up and beat all of the missions. I totally get it. Sometimes we want to grind easier or beat all of the missions on the highest difficulty as fast as possible. I've been there, I totally understand. World War Z has been around for almost one whole year and a lot has changed in regards to class builds and perks. It's really tough to say if any of the classes are actually the best. The more seasoned players will say any class is the best, and that is all subjective. New players may think it's the Hellraiser for its explosive kit and zombie destruction. Point is, whether there's a best class or not, there are still some classes better than others. Let's start with those. Now, before we begin, I have two quick disclaimers. One, my classes are not maxed out anymore because I lost my save file before Cloud Save was introduced into the game. Trust me, I have plenty of build guides out there from the previous year that I had maxed classes. And number two, these builds and guides are off of my own opinions and some of the communities, and to be honest, there isn't a right or wrong answer. Please respectfully share your ideas and builds in the comments below because there are a lot of new players playing right now and they need our help. In the past, I have taken multiple polls within the community for almost 2,000 total votes. The class that always appeared on top was the Medic. I do believe that the Medic is the best or better class due to its clutch features. The Medic has the ability to stealth teammates, give temporary health, pick up down teammates from afar, and have the chance to not deplete a medkit on use. The medkit is the class that keeps everyone alive and healthy while you are slaying zombies. My personal build choice is as follows. I apologize now if I start to talk fast. I know that this part can be pretty boring, but this is basically my build out right here for the Medic. If you didn't know, you start with the stim pistol, the compact SMG, and a free medkit, and every time you use the medkit on your teammate, that 25% of that heal will also apply to you as the Medic. Anyways, in the first tree, I like to go with sugar coated. Healing a teammate will also give them a temporary health boost. That's going to be that yellow bar that appears above your health bar if you've noticed that before. And then I like to go with patch up. You could go paramedic, which I do like to run, but at the same time, I'm mostly reviving my teammates with the stim pistol, so there's no need necessarily for me to grab this and then pick me up. Any teammate revived by you will gain a temporary health boost. Again, it's just a temporary health boost versus this one's actually going to be a permanent health boost. Instead of getting 20% when you get revived, this is going to be a 30%, so 10% more health. May not be a whole bunch more, but that might be one more zombie hit you're able to survive. Then the next one, I like to go with Big Pharma, which gives you a total increase of 4 stim pistols. You have the opportunity to have 25% more temporary health, and its effect lasts longer, which could be good. It's almost like it's permanent health, but again, it's still only temporary. So I'd rather have 4 of them so I can just use them over and over again if I really need be. Then you move over to this next column. We have Second Wind, Wheatgrass, and Navy SEAL. Personally, me, I don't care about starting with a better gun with the Medic because I know I'm going to find a new gun pretty quickly in the mission. And also, Second Wind is a 25% chance to regain 25% health instead of going incapacitated, which again, 25% is worse than a coin toss, and I'm not going to play those odds. Instead, I'm just going to take that increased health right out of the get-go, which is going to help me in the long run, especially on those harder difficulties, allowing me to survive one more hit from a zombie. Into the next column, we have Efficiency, Good Karma, and Combat Medic. I love Efficiency. It gives me a 35% chance of using a medkit without depleting it. So basically, use a medkit, 35% chance it may not actually get used, and I can use it again on another teammate. Good Karma isn't too bad, but that's just being greedy in my opinion. And then Combat Medic is good. The problem is it's only a 50% chance, and the cooldown is 180 seconds, which is a pretty high cooldown. I mean, the missions last, what, 20 minutes more or less, so in reality you'll be able to use it pretty often, but I still find that 35% chance of using a medkit is just better because every time you use one, you get it right back, versus this one, you have a coin toss. And you don't know when you're going to get it and when you don't want to get it. So technically you do have better odds of getting one randomly. But at the same time, I don't know. Like I said, you can go back and forth. Like really, there's nothing wrong with Combat Medic. Honestly, it might even be the better chance because you have more opportunities to get a medkit versus this one is only when you have a medkit. So you know what? Maybe I changed my mind here and actually go Combat Medic, to be honest, because it's going to be up more often. And sure, it's only a 50% chance, but how many times do you get to try and do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, how many times do you actually find? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about that one. Honestly, top or bottom on this one, probably the best. I think a lot of people are going to say Combat Medic, and I kind of have to agree. But again, I don't think there's anything wrong with running Efficiency. I think I've been using that one for the longest time. Okay, in this column, we got Free Hugs, Pickpocket, and I'll Take That. Pickpocket, I'll take that as the exact same, so for this one is killing 15 zombies in rapid succession versus this one is killing 1 special zombie. I like to flip between these two. I mean, there's enough special zombies spawned. As long as I just kill one of them, I'm going to get a equipment charge back, a stim pistol charge back automatically. Again, you're going to be killing so many zombies as well, so... And then with the 30-second cooldown, I mean, you can take either one of these. This one up here, 25% chance of using your stim pistol without depleting it, is not worth your time when you have a 100% chance of getting one every 30 seconds, basically. So guaranteed pick one of these. It won't go wrong. Next in this next tree, you could go with Forgive and Forget. Basically makes friendly fire damage reduced by 25%, but you also have In the Zone and Fighting Fit. In the Zone, I don't know, using a stim pistol or make it adds a 50% firearm damage. It's only for 10 seconds. It could be good if you're using your stim pistol into somebody who's in the middle of a zombie swarm, but what I like to do in the next column is go with Secret Ingredient. So this is kind of like, they don't really go hand in hand. There's really no point. When I'm masking you, you're pretty much either going to be running for your life or you're going to stay and fight and you'll be fine anyways, if that makes sense. So I like to go with Fighting Fit because this really helps out in the beginning of the mission, especially when you go up against the first horde or the first wave. You're going to be having that increased 25% damage for the whole entire team as long as everybody is healthier above 50% health. And again, in the beginning of the mission, you're going to be pretty healthy and it's just going to make you easier to kill all the zombies as you go on. Now, again, as in this next tree, I don't think any of these are worth your time. Just grab Secret Ingredient. All this allows you to do is get a masking effect every time you use a stim pistol on yourself or your teammate, basically making them invisible to the zombies for 5 seconds. Honestly, super clutch. It's an amazing perk to have. I just can't see you choosing anything else but that. Now, this last one is something that we've been switching around for a really long time, because back in the day, this top one, Lobotomy, used to be glitched, and you would actually get 2 rounds of magazine for each headshot, no matter which gun you used. But now it's actually been fixed, and it's just on SMGs, so it's perfect starting out, but if you were to ever switch your gun in the middle of the mission, this becomes completely void, as well as this one. SMG's reload speed are increased. So while really good in the very early part of the mission, as soon as you switch weapons, no longer working for you. So now if you like the SMG and you keep it the entire time, then these are probably perfect for you. But me personally, since I probably switch off the SMG as quickly as possible, I go with Adrenaline. Basically increases my reload speed by 50% as long as I am under 25. Doesn't happen a whole lot, but when it does, that reload speed does come in clutch. Trust me, just trust me. Anyways, so that is for the medic. The next best class on the list is the Fixer. For so many obvious reasons, you could easily argue that this takes the #1 spot. The Fixer is able to keep your entire team alive, is able to self-revive if the whole team goes down, or you can provide explosive ammo and equipment charges. The Fixer is like the best support class ever. My personal build choice for the Fixer is as follows. Alright, as stated before, I might start to talk pretty quickly because I know this can be pretty dry, but this is going to be my build for the Fixer class. I did just prestige him recently, as you can see over here. I got the 1 here, so I prestiged him once so far. And basically the point of prestiging is going to allow me to get this 1 extra perk here, unlike anybody else who hasn't prestiged yet. So anyways, my Fixer is only level 15 at the current moment of time, but there's 2 different ways you can build a Fixer. You can build him around the masking gas grenade, or you can build him around the supply bag. Personally, I've been loving the supply bag the most as of late. However, I loved and clutched on the masking grenades for the longest time possible. I think both are perfect, both are excellent, and if anything, I would love to have 2 fixtures on my team, one with the supply bag and one with the masking gas. But anyways, that's beside the point. Let's just do my supply bag first, and then we'll do the masking gas after that. So in the first tree, I'm going to go with the second one, which is Armory. Using the supply bag gives a 25% chance to restore 1 equipment charge. So every time yourself or your teammates go up to your supply bag and uses it to get ammo, they have a 25% chance to restore equipment charge, so like a stim pistol or the taser for the slasher, etc. Okay, next column, since you are going supply bag, you don't need to worry about any of these. If you take this one, it removes your supply bag, so do not choose this one because it says specifically down here, start with masking grenades. The next one is Stand By Me. Increase firearm damage by 100% for 10 seconds when reviving or unpinning a teammate. Again, how much reviving are we really going to do? You never know, but unpinning a teammate could be if you get hit by a bull or a lurker. If you unpin them by shooting and killing those guys, they will get that increased firearm damage, for 10 seconds. The next column is Knock Knock, Give 'em Hell, or Cloakroom. Again, since we're not doing a masking grenade, this is not good for us. And Give 'em Hell, reviving a teammate, grants explosive ammo. That's not a terrible option, but I like to go with the breaching charge because it's going to allow you to open one of those supply crates, which is going to give you better weapons or medkits or equipment charges much quicker and earlier on to help you progress through the mission much faster. and much safer. The next column, I like to go with my round 1, which basically increases your primary and secondary ammo by 10% for you and all of your teammates. You could also go wheatgrass, and you could get the different gun if you really like to. Again, my argument there is you're going to get a newer gun pretty early on in the mission anyway, so just use what you have. Unless you really like to use it, then of course you can totally do it. But I like to do the increased ammo because I feel like you shoot way more than probably your health, but I like to go between these two. If you want the increased health to survive one extra hit, go for it. Otherwise, take the ammo and be a team player for all your teammates. Next column, I like to go for one for the road or pickpocket. I like to have 2 masking grenades because you just never know when you need to have them, but I also like to have 2 supply bags because you just never know. So again, I think back and forth you could go here. You have the option of having 2 supply bags at all times, or pickpocket. Every 90 seconds you have a 100% chance of getting one. So again, you could go back and forth. I think the majority is probably going to say pickpocket if you're running the supply bag, but if you're running the masking gas, I'd say probably get 1 for the road. It's going to increase it to 2 because sometimes you have to use it twice. Sometimes you're just running through a level and you need to be able to mash yourself twice. Again, I think you can go back and forth here. Let me know in the comments what you think about that one here. Again, there is no right or wrong. This is just personal preference and or what I've seen in the community. I'm just trying to help out those who are new or those who are trying to fine tune their builds. All right, next column, we have instant replay under the table and go get them. So we have anyone that uses supply bag restores 20% of their primary weapon ammunition. Anyone entering masking grenade, glass cloud, and reviving a teammate will restore 25% of the weapon's ammunition for you and your teammates. So you either go top or bottom for the supply bag, obviously, because we're not doing the masking grenade in this build right now. So probably this instant replay is going to be your best one. Restores 20% of their primary weapon ammunition. That way your supply bag lasts longer and more teammates can use it and more people are getting more ammo. You could get this one, but this requires you to be reviving your teammates more frequently, and you're really hoping that you're not reviving your teammates. You're hoping your teammates stay alive the whole entire mission, right? So we're just going to bank that no one goes down and just hope for the best and choose the first one in that list. In the next column, really you can choose any one of these 3. The top 2 are going to force you into sticking with the semi-automatic rifles throughout the entire mission, which they are not bad rifles, but it just forces you to use those only if you want these perks to work, because this one is reload speed and this one is increased penetration, which penetration is excellent in this game. It's really, really nice to have. So if you do like your semi-automatic rifles and you want to keep it, definitely go with the increased penetration in my opinion. But again, if you want to change out of those and you don't care about it, then just go ahead and grab this bottom one. It's going to basically replace your pistol with a Castle 6, which is just like a big old revolver. It does a lot of damage, but there's no silencer, so it can be pretty loud. So really, none of these are that good. You might as well just choose one of these since you're going to start out with a semi-automatic anyways, and then go from there. All right, next column, we have 4th of July supply bag, contains 25% more explosive ammo. We have the Shadow Walker, which we don't care about, and the Darkness Falls, which we also don't care about because this build is just a supply bag. So contains 25% more explosive ammo, a base of 20%. And then the next one, we're gonna go with my round 2, Bandolier, and the Big 5.0. All 3 of these can be used. All 3 of these are great. Personally, I like to have the payload rifle at the start. It's perfect for that very first horde wave when you can just destroy the pyramids and keep yourself alive relatively safely with it. However, if you don't want to have the payload rifle, then probably just take the my round 2, which gives you a 10% increase for all your teammates on heavy weapons, meaning that when you find that rocket launcher or the sniper or anything like that that does heavy, you're going to have just increased more ammo to be much more powerful. Okay, so that was for the supply bag. Let's move on if we were going to do the mask and gas grenades. So we can't choose any of these first 2, so we have to choose paramedic if we don't want the supply bag, we want the masking, okay? And then if we do that, we want to make sure we choose the second one. And then, sorry, in the second column, the first one, we're going to choose masking grenades, grants an additional temporary health boost, and it allows you to start with the masking grenade, which says down there. And then the next one, this is where you could choose differently here. You can still go with that breaching charge if you want, or you can come down here and whenever you revive a teammate, you get a masking effect for 3 seconds for the both of you. So basically, think about just running in really quickly, getting a revive. Well, now you're invisible and your teammate's invisible for 3 seconds, which allows you to run away and get out of dodge. Again, both are really good. Depends on which one you want to go with. Again, I think you want to stick with my round 1 or wheatgrass. That's between you. But now that you're running the masking, I would say go for 1 for the road. But again, if you're very confident in getting those rapid succession kills, because again, there's zombies all the time, then you can just do this one and you'll have basically you're going to have a masking grenade every 90 seconds no matter what. But there has been times, and I promise you there has been, where I've needed to mask and gas grenades to survive, and boy was it clutch. Again, subjective, right? Which one do you like? Let me know in the comment section below. Next one down, we're not going to choose the first one because we're not using a supply bag, and we don't care about reviving a teammate before restoring, so we're going to do under the table. Anyone entering the mask and grenade gas cloud restores 20% of the primary weapon. So as you can see, the fixer is kind of supporting people with ammo and temporary health and staying invisible, so that's why we're going to go with under the table. In the next column, same exact thing. This does not affect the build whatsoever between a supply bag and a masking grenade, so choose whichever preference you want here. Within the next one though, you have Shadow Walker and you have Darkness Falls. Now, I'm going to go with Shadow Walker personally because this increases the effect duration by 3 seconds, which means it's going to be a total of 6 seconds. So basically throw down your mask grenade, jump into the cloud. You're now going to be invisible to the zombies for 6 total seconds. Before it was just 3 and now it's going to be 6. I don't know. That sounds way better than me. The one beneath it can be a little bit confusing, but basically it's saying that when you throw the gas cloud down to the ground, the gas cloud is going to last for much longer, allowing you and your teammates to catch up to it and get it. So, I don't know. Take the effect, in my opinion. Take this one. And last but not least is the last 3 again, which just does not affect whether you go supply bag or masking grenade. So go with whichever one you prefer, whether it be my round 2 or the big 5.0, which allows you to have the payload rifle. Alright, so those were my 2 builds for the fixer. As for the rest of the classes, according to the polls, Exterminator and Hellraiser were the close 3rd place winners. This video has gone much longer than anticipated, but hopefully you can find some use out of these builds and start grinding some of the better classes in World War Z. If you have any questions or remarks, make sure to leave a comment down below. If you're looking for more build guides, make sure to check out my other videos on the channel. I have over 250 World War Z videos. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.